Well, Sydney, Australia, and all the young ones that are here tonight, all the young people, welcome tonight to the Spotless Stadium. Very soon, you're going to be introduced to a very special man, Mr. Glenn Morgan, the voice of radios in Australia. Tonight, we have New South Wales versus Queensland. So do we have any Queenslanders here tonight? Do we have any from New South Wales tonight? Oh, boy. Well, following that presentation tonight, radio, you'll enjoy the wonderful voice of the magnificent Troy Cassar-Daley, and Australia's country music singer. Then following Troy will be the man from Snowy River. You'll love it tonight. More great music from Troy Cassar-Daley. We have a big giveaway tonight following that. And then Showtime FMX, Freestyle Motocross. And then, who wants to see fireworks tonight? All right, well, you'll be able to sit back, relax with all the families, enjoy the colours of the Outback Pyro Musical. Stay with us and enjoy a wonderful night. It's a great pleasure to introduce you tonight in this magnificent Spotless Stadium to the one and only, the voice of radio in Australia. Would you please put your hands together? Come on, Sydney. Come on, New South Wales. He's from New South Wales. Give a big warm welcome to Mr. Glenn Morgan.
Well, good evening, Sydney! Easter Friday at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, and tonight, for every single person here in the Spotless Arena, we will see the first and opening round of the fierce State of Origin rodeo competition between arch rivals New South Wales and Queensland. Now, what we're going to do tonight, it'll be steer wrestling, saddle bronc riding, bareback riding, and the most dangerous sport in the world, the sport of bull riding competition. Well, we're going to need hometown support here in Sydney. Let's welcome into the arena from north of the border, the Queensland Cowboys, led out by team captain Chris Williams. And what a team they've got. They've got all the North Queensland champions. And as I look through the form guide this morning, I can assure you these guys are once again here to regain the championship they won 2 years ago. But folks, the pride and joy of regional New South Wales, they wear the blue with pride. Let's welcome New South Wales and Robert Bendy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, prior to the commencement of each of our major sporting events, tonight I'd like to welcome the main arena to sing our very own Australian national anthem Folks, could you please be upstanding for a few short moments? And gentlemen, to move your hats. And I'll hand the microphone over to Olivia Vasquez from the Australian Institute of Music.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounding nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Oh, yeah! What beautiful vocals! Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's rodeo time in Sydney! Well, let's welcome into the main arena our livestock pickup riders, the Kelly boys from the Horton Valley of New South Wales, which will be utilised in the bareback and saddle bronc riding competitions. Now, folks, let's see how the interstate teams rodeo works. First contestant out for New South Wales is from Parkville in the Hunter Valley, Andrew Clifford. King's Court it is, the first contestant out in the bareback bronc riding competition. Well, in this event, the contestants must ride for an 8-second period. In this particular event, the contestants' free hand must not come in contact with the horse or the livestock at any point of time. The only contact that the rider has through that 8-second period is that suitcase-type handle. Okay, it's time to ride for the contestant. Well, little horse, a little reluctant to start things, the proceedings here tonight. Well, he's a little precautious, big crowd, something we haven't seen before. Andrew Clifford, believe it or not, folks, these guys come from all walks of life, from various occupations. Andrew Clifford works as a mechanical engineer. Well, I'm not too sure if he's going to work as a mechanical engineer tonight. Shut him up, shut him up, get him up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, whilst ever you have livestock in our rodeo performance, things don't always go as performed. Do you think he deserves a re-ride? Well, he's going to be awarded a re-ride here tonight, a re-ride for our first contestant for New South Wales. Well, the horse is just not familiar with the big crowds and audiences you do see in a regular performance. Let's hope tonight's performance starts a little better for the Queensland riders. Well, our next contestant, now be from Queensland, will be Travis Heeb. He's from the Exmoor Station at Bowen. He's 22 years of age. This young man, first time representing Queensland at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Hey, it's showtime for Queensland! Suicide ride contestant making that 8-second period. And there it is, that siren in the background for the first of our Queensland contestants. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for our first contestant in the competition, Travis Heeb. Well, now the scores will come through from the officials. 2 on call here tonight. They score the competitor for 1 to 25 points for his riding style. 1 to 25 points from each of the officials for the horse's performance, the degree of difficulty, the power, the strength, the change of direction. And our first Queensland contestant has a score of 71 points. And in this particular sport, folks, it is all up to the competitors. Part of the tradition in outback rural areas of Australia. Well, let's go now to the first of our New South Wales riders. Now, we're going to make a little noise because we're a little behind the 8 ball from Emerald Hill. Outside of Gunnedah, this will be Ben Lees. Ben works as a diesel fitter. He was the ABCRA Rookie All-Round Champion Cowboy of Australia. Hey, and it's time to ride New South Wales. Let's get a little rowdy. Let's make a little noise. Come on, Sydney, for Benny Lees. Well, he'll make that adjustment, get that hand out of the rigging, trying to get a body down each side. We will wait for the adjudication from Mr. Mark Palmer. Hey, Sydney, let's hear it for the boy. Well, the scores come through. 72 points for New South Wales, 72. Well, it'll be back down to the Queensland contestant. Now, the way in which this system works, it'll now be up to the Queensland competitor, Jake Andrews, to be more than 72 points. Jake's from Warwick. He's only 20 years of age. And it's time once again to ride for the Warwick Queensland Cowboy. Well, these Queenslanders have come ready, prompt to ride of their life. Well, you can see the upper body heavily strapped, heavily taped. Now, watch the work of our pickup riders. Their job is to ride forward. When that contestant gets his hand nice and loose, he'll look for the pickup rider. Well, he's safely on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. That's David Kelly. Fulfills his obligations here this weekend. Well, we've got a score coming through. It's a 68-point score, 68 points. Hey, that's 2 points to New South Wales, 1 to Queensland in the first completed matchup of our night's competition. Well, just got to get this little horse back to the unsaddling enclosure. Big crowds here tonight. New South Wales versus Queensland, the first of 6 nights of competition. And it really does become one of the toughest sports in the world when you get 6 nights of fierce rodeo competition at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Well, little horse wants to tend to be a little hard to find his way back to that unsaddling enclosure. Well, you may be able to tell him where he's got to go. It's yet time to find that opportunity. Well, as Australia's toughest horsemen are in action here tonight, the Kelly boys. You know, their dad worked here right throughout the 60s and 70s. Still making life a little tough here in the main arena. Following the bareback bronc riding, we've got the big men event of rodeo competition. It'll be the steer wrestling, Australia's biggest. Well, the race is on. Well, we'll see if we can get him caught up, captured. Let's see if we can just get his bearing and direction sorted out here very quickly. You can understand these horsemen, folks. They're Australia's best. There's none better. They'll take their time. They've got all the time in the world. Sport of rodeo competition would be lost without the men. The Kelly boys from the Horton Valley of New South Wales. You know what? They've done this on a trillion different occasions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a big round of applause for their horsemanship and work here tonight. Well, folks, let's get ready to go with one of the rising stars of Australian rodeo competition. From Cobar in the Western region, Mitch Tidyman. Oh, yeah. Hey, the Southern Circuit champion of New South Wales. There it is, the 8-second sire in the background signifying to our officials he's completed the task. Now the pickup riders once again move forward. Mitch Tidyman, young man, 20 years of age in the prime of his life, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Sydney, let's have a big warm welcome from the Cobar champion. Score of 68 points. 68 points for Mitch, 68 points. Well, now it's attention back on the Queensland contestant. From Proserpine, North Queensland, what a beautiful holiday resort in the Sunshine State. This is Owen Lee. Owen's 24 years of age. He was the 2015 North Queensland champion bareback rider. Last season, he was also the Australian Professional Rookie of the Year. Has an opportunity to more than 68 points. Let's see whether he can do it tonight. Owen Lee from Proserpine, North Queensland. Hangs on to the suitcase type handle with all money and might. And there's that siren as he gets a little out of shape, a little out of whack, but now he has weathered that storm. The officials, Mark Palmer and David Hallam, will put pen to paper here in the competition as he'll move into the pickup riders, ease himself back down to the arena surface. Hey, folks, let's welcome the Queenslander from Proserpine. Well, the scores are 64 points for Queensland, 64. That'll be once again a 2-point matchup in the bareback riding to New South Wales, 1 to Queensland. Now there will be a re-ride to go for the first matchup in our competition. There'll be a re-ride for the New South Wales Australian rider. New South Wales competitor will have another opportunity. That will be taken later on to tonight's competition throughout the saddle bronc riding division. Well, it was a little exciting start to our competition here tonight, but we're going to get ready to go with the big men's event of rodeo competition. It's an event called steer wrestling. Now, to add a little excitement to this competition, we have 2 competitors compete in the one competition. It's called the tandem steer wrestling. Quite easy to follow. System is we have a light red, amber and green. When you see the green light flash, 2 competitors come into the arena. On their galloping horses, they'll slide down, catch the steer, and the idea is to stop, slow him down and roll him onto his side. Now representing New South Wales from the Fairfield station at Walgett, Glenn Chafe. Glenn is 29 years of age. He was the 2012 steer wrestling champion of Australia. And from Queensland, from Caboolture, Lockie O'Neill. Lockie was the 2012-2013 Queensland steer wrestling champion. Lockie O'Neill, second generation competitor. His dad, Terry O'Neill, was an Australian professional champion. Queensland, New South Wales, they go to the steer, they catch him up, and it's going to be 2 points to Queensland. 1 to New South Wales. Oh, no. Well, that is going to be disappointing for New South Wales Blues because they will not receive a point in that matchup. Now, I said in the opening, steer wrestling is an event that Queensland can dominate. They've got a very, very aggressive team, very super strong, and of course, they have the runs on the board. So it's 2 points Queensland, no points to New South Wales in our first matchup of the steer wrestling competition. Competitors in this event generally ride the Australian quarter horses. Got a very heavily muscled appearance. It gives them the driving power and acceleration to reach maximum speed in the shortest possible time. And hence their name applies in the equine industry. The quarter horse is the fastest horse over quarter of a mile or 250 metres. Now the next matchup of the competition is a 2013 Australian steer wrestling champion from Scone, Heath Nichols. He's 24 years of age and he will take on Riley Gibb from Charters Towers. Now Riley's only 20 years of age. He's the son of a 7 times North Queensland champion in Mark Gibb. They're off and running. Queensland, New South Wales, they both hit the ground. It's a nice catch. It's going to be 2 points New South Wales, 1 to Queensland. Well, the big boy from Scone in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales made a nice catch, slid the steer to a halt, and of course picked up 2 valuable points for his team. Watch the technique of the contestants. Young Riley Gibb from Charters Towers just a little out of shape and of course paid the penalty. Following this event, we'll get the saddle bronc riding contestants ready. We've got more steer wrestling and of course bull riding to wrap it up here tonight. Well, as we welcome into the arena our next competitor, this time the 2015 steer wrestling champion. From the country music capital of Tamworth in New South Wales is Blake Hallam. Blake's 23 years of age and he takes on a North Queensland champion from Mareeba, a little town called Dimbula. On the top side of Mareeba is Joel Hilditch. Joel's 31 years of age. He's 3rd year to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Scores are close in the steer wrestling competition. Watch the lights, waiting with anticipation. When you see the green light flash, it'll be time to run and time to ride. Lights are on, cowboys are out. Joel Hilditch and his partner from New South Wales, they get into position. It's going to be 2 points to New South Wales, none to Queensland. Joel was a little quiet on that steer. He didn't get the catch he would have liked. Well, he does have 30 seconds to catch and get this steer down, but I don't believe he's going to struggle at this point of time. Now, there's the time, Joel. Disappointing for the Queenslanders. No time for Joel Hilditch. Well, that 2 points is going to be handy in the round of the competition. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, our biggest crowd at the Spotless Arena. And tonight it's Queensland 5, New South Wales 8 in the Interstate Teams Rodeo competition. Well, it's going to be a tough series. I knew the steer wrestling would be close. I didn't think it would be that tough. Well, it's back to the bucking chutes, back to what we describe as saddle bronc riding. Now, in this particular event, competitors ride in an international saddle. 8 seconds is the time required. Competitors can be disqualified for touching down with the free hand, for losing one of the oxbows, or being bucked off before the 8-second siren. First out for New South Wales is Danny Swandling. Danny's 31 years of age from Currabubula. 2 beautiful young children, Dustin and Paisley, and it's Fox 8 time. Well, we'll have to wait and see what the judges and officials say here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, New South Wales doing a little tough in the competition. Would you like him to have a re-ride in tonight's saddle bronc riding? Well, our judges and officials have awarded a re-ride for Dennis Wadling. He will get another re-ride opportunity. Well, now attention will focus on the North Queensland contestant. Saddle bronc riding is one event, and the bull riding. The Queensland have dominated over many, many years. They won the series 2 years ago. New South Wales fought back last year. And tonight it's the first of 6 grueling rounds of competition. Well, our next contestant we see is Sam Knight. Sam spent 2 years in the United States of America, competed on the world professional stage. He's one of 3 brothers that all compete saddle bronc bull riding events. Horse that he will endeavour to ride is That's the Way. Now, Queensland look to be solid and straight for the 8-second ride. The timing is important. The contestant making that spur ride for the duration. And there it is, that siren sounds. First of our riders to make that siren here tonight in saddle bronc riding is Sam Knight, North Queensland Circuit saddle bronc riding champion. Well, the timing of the ride, it attributes to the overall score in the competition. Score of 69 points for Queensland, 69. Don't forget, we've still got that another section of steer wrestling, and to wind it all up here tonight will be that very, very popular bull riding competition. Well, we're going to go to the team captain of New South Wales. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this guy stands tall and walks proud. He leads by example. And with a big rowdy hometown crowd here tonight, I think we can bring him home. He's the current #1 Australian saddle bronc riding champion, Robert Bandy from the Warra Creek Station, New South Wales. Come on, Sydney. Come on, let's make a little noise for the New South Wales champion captain, #1 saddle bronc riding cowboy of Australia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he makes it back to the arena surface in one piece. Sydney, come alive for the team captain of New South Wales. And you get to watch this on the big screen. Horse bailed out of there. Now the timing is important. Contestants makes that score of 75 points for New South Wales, 75. Well, as our attention turns back down to the Queensland contestants, this time we're going to go with the boy from Barcaldine, right out in the central west, not far from Longreach. This is Wade Seeds. Well, he was the 2012 North Queensland saddle bronc riding champion. And look at the ride, ladies and gentlemen, for the North Queensland champion. Well, he gets the job done in a nice, fine fashion. Well, he's a long, long way from home, folks. He's second year at the Sydney Royal Easter Show from Barcaldine, Central Queensland, their 2012 champion of the state. 73 points, 73 it was that time. 73 points for Wade, 7-3. Well, that's 2 points to New South Wales, Robert Bandy. 1 to Queensland for Wade Seeds. Well, this is where it tends to get a little tough and rough, because we're going to get set to go with a boy called Brock Harris. Brock's the senior rider here in the New South Wales team. He's a contract musterer from Wilcannia, not that far from Broken Hill, right out in the west of New South Wales. And it's Johnny Boyd time. Well, 75 points, the highest of the individual scores in our program here tonight. It's time to ride for the Wilcannia champion. Well, no! Well, ladies and gentlemen, he may be from Wilcannia, but he has come down awkward. Now, we do have a great team of paramedics here this weekend. As you can understand, our sport of rodeo competition is at the highest level. You take on Australia's toughest and roughest horses, and you can understand rodeo competition really does take its toll on the body, and you'll get to watch this on the big screen. Watch it, he came out over the front, the horse bucked completely over the top of him, and it's unfortunate. They're the sort of things in our sport of rodeo that generally happen, and you try to eliminate all of the aspects, the dangers and risks that come with our rodeo competition, but we are very, very fortunate here tonight, folks. Hey, he's from New South Wales. He's super tough from Wilcannia. He's on his feet here tonight. Well, that'll be no scores to the New South Wales team member. No scores at this point of time. What it does do, folks, it opens up an opportunity for Queensland to come back with a solid ride. But as we look down the list, we've got the Queensland team captain, Chris Williams. Now, Chris is from a little Queensland town called Texas, just north of the border. Horse that he's drawn, it's Roach. Chris works as a livestock agent. He was the runner-up Australian saddle bronc riding champion 2 years ago. He knows at this point of time as the team captain, a great opportunity can unfold with a qualified ride in this particular competition. He'll sit deep down in that saddle. He'll look to be there. That 8-second siren sounds. Chrissy Williams, North Queensland champion. Well, the Greg Gibson bucking horses took a couple of rounds to warm up. But ladies and gentlemen, he's a might and power. And once again, another of the top Australian saddle bronc riders falls short and take a no score in our competition. Well, you can see the power and the strength that comes with this competition. Well, that was fortunate for the New South Wales Blues contestants. Well, let's get set to go down for the re-ride for New South Wales. Remember the first rider out tonight, Danny Swadling? He took a no-score re-ride opportunity. Sam Knight has already qualified with a 69-point score. It'll be up to the Danny Swadling from Currabubula, New South Wales, and it's Hooter Brown time. Well, he's got to be there for that 8-second siren. He's been in good form in recent times. He's a saddler by trade and profession. Well, a second time of opportunities unfolded. Well, ladies and gentlemen, these guys rely on your support. How about a round of applause for our New South Wales contestant, Danny Swadling? $67 points, 67. Well, a 67-point scorer will be 2 points to Queensland, 1 to New South Wales. Well, the Queenslanders are like that. It's 2 points to them in this round of saddle bronc riding, 1 to New South Wales. Well, we have one re-ride to go with the bareback riding too for the New South Wales contestant, Andrew Clifford. Well, this young man, as I said, he works at the Bengala Mine in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales. He works as a mechanical engineer. Come weekends, he and his brother Wade travel the highways and byways of Australia, pursuing the championship. The dream of being a cowboy all unfolds here in the Spotless Arena. Just trying to get this horse's attention, get him to stand up in that straight. He's got to get a leg down either side. Bareback riding, it can be quite treacherous. It is one of the more physical demanding events in the sport of rodeo competition. Billy Bob, once again from the Greg Gibson Rodeo String. Well, he gets him started now. He's got to build on his opportunity. Man, oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, he gets it all done. It unfolds here tonight in Sydney show-style fashion. And our pickup riders will get him back and safely on the surface. Well, it's a 62-point score, 62 points for Andrew Clifford. Once again, matched up against Travis Heeb from Bowen. Travis had a score of 71 in the bareback riding, so it'll be 2 points to Queensland and only 1 to New South Wales. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest crowd of the Sydney Royal Easter Show. And you know what? It's been a long, long time since New South Wales has won a major sporting event. At this stage, it's Queensland 10, New South Wales 12. Well, New South Wales hanging on by the shortest of margins. And we're going to go back with the second heat of our steer wrestling competition. The big men event of rodeo competition. Well, it looks like all the Queensland boys are lining up. They're really pumped here tonight as we get set to go. The lights are on, the bells are ringing, and it's time to go riding as it's steer wrestling time. Well, as the first of our New South Wales rides forward, this is Glenn Chafe from the Fairfield Station in Walgett. 29 years of age, takes on Lockie O'Neill, the 26-year-old fencing contractor from Caboolture. Well, Lockie had a great run in the first round. Remember, there's only 2 points separating the teams at this stage. The big men swing into action once again. Lockie O'Neill catches. Oh, no. Queensland's gone with a miss. Hey, New South Wales. The boy from Walgett in Western New South Wales. Well, he just lined up a little stronger, got into position. Hey, you watch this on the big screen. He shapes, rolls the steer out, bends his nose over his hip, gets the steer off the point of balance. It's all about the centrifugal force. Once you get that steer off balance, and of course, then it all falls into place. It'll be 2 points to New South Wales, no points to Queensland. Well, I can see down in the bucking chutes, the bovines, the big Brahman bull event coming up next, folks. Make sure you keep that seat. Don't dare get out of it because it's at the business end of our spotless arena. Well, as we look down, second team of match-up contestants. This time representing Queensland is a young 20-year-old contestant, Riley Gibb. Riley's dad, Mark, captained the Queensland team for 10 consecutive years. Riley's now taken on the family tradition. He's a fencing contractor, and he's matched against our current Australian champion, Heath Nichols. Riley Gibb gets out, makes that catch, the Queensland champion. Oh, New South Wales, how good are they? Well, it's 2 points. 2 points for the Hunter boy from Scone, New South Wales. Heath Nichols made a nice catch. It's his second good run of the night. And, of course, really rolled that steer around. Hey, just while I got him, ladies and gentlemen, here in the main arena, Heath Nichols, the current Australian champion. Hey, Heath, there's nothing more special to come to Sydney and take on the toughest Queenslanders.
Oh, Glenn, we can't wait to Sydney. We go all year travelling down the road, and there's no better privilege than coming to Sydney, and we're going to beat the Queenslanders.
Hey, let's hear it for him, folks. He's pumped, he's primed, and he wants to win that shield back again for the New South Wales Blues. Heath Nichols, 2 slick runs, keeping it on track. Well, New South Wales skipped to a 5-point lead at this stage. Let's get ready to go with our next contestant. We're set ready to watch. As here we go with the 2015 steer wrestling champion. From the country music capital of Tamworth, Blake Hallam. Works as a master farrier by trade. And from Dimbula, north of Mareeba in far north Queensland, Joel Hilditch. Well, they get into position. Joel Hilditch is down good. Tamworth, New South Wales takes on Mareeba, and it's the boys from blue. Well, the boy from Dimbula, Mareeba, gets him down. 1 point for his team in the competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's State of Origin time in the Spotless Arena at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. With one event left to go on our program, it's Queensland 12, the Mighty Blues 18 in rodeo competition. Well, let's welcome into the arena as we get set to go with the bull riding competition, folks. Hey, these are the guys that I want you to welcome back to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. The Protection Bullfighting Clowns, Mr. Warren Norton and Brodie Moss. Hey, these are the life-saving protection boys of Australian rodeo competition. And man, won't they put their bodies on the line for it. Hey guys, you ready for a big show?
Oh, it's always great here at the Sydney Royal, Glenn.
Tell me, Warren, I see, we've got Queensland and New South Wales riders. You will help the Queenslanders if they get hung up, won't you?
Oh, of course, mate. Yeah, we don't turn a blind eye to what colour shirt they wear, mate.
No, I know you don't. Professionals, two of Australia's best, folks. Watch these two guys on the surface. Their job is to act as decoys. If a young man gets hung up in the rope, he gets tied to the bull, it's these guys that take over. Their job is to distract the bull and give the rider every opportunity to get out of there. Hey, Sydney, are you ready for bull riding? Hey, listen, hang on. There's twice as many people here as there was at the football between Souths and the Bulldogs. Are you ready for bull riding at the Sydney Royal Easter Show? Well, it but comes once a year, and we're going to start with New South Wales. Tim Amy from Braidwood, 2015 Southern Zone Bull Riding Champion. His fourth year representing New South Wales. Tim Amy. Both he and his sister all have followed the sport of rodeo competition. Tim's opportunity unfolds here tonight. Dan Cave, the bull riding contractor. Hey, remember, the longer you ride, the more chance of a high score. But unfortunately here tonight, for the New South Wales Blues, have gone short. Have gone out with a no score. You must qualify for that 8-second siren. Well, now the situation unfolds for Queensland. The Sunshine State boys have an opportunity to pick up valuable team points. Our next contestant is from Kuya in southeast Queensland, the youngest of two brothers. This is Jack MacArthur. Jack was the 2015 Queensland NRA Bull Riding Champion. Should he make that 8-second siren, it will certainly be valuable points for Team Queensland. He's tall, he's lean, he rides with good upper body balance and control. Remember, the free hand must at no time come in contact with the bull or any part of your equipment. He's a second-generation contestant. His dad, Hank MacArthur, rode out here in the 70s and 80s. The Queensland Bull Riding Champion from Kuya, Queensland. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to recognise good sportsmen no matter what state they come from. Let's hear it for the Queensland Cowboy. Hey, just stay here, Jack. Stay here. Jack me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got with me here tonight young man that's only 20 years of age. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he's a lean, mean bull riding machine. Hey, Jack, how did it feel in front of 30,000 people to hear that siren tonight?
Oh, I love coming to Sydney, and it's an awesome feeling to ride in front of so many people.
You had a big year last year. You won the NRA Queensland Bull Riding Championship. Is that your biggest title and achievement so far?
Yeah, so far it is.
Well, I tell you what, if you win the Sydney Royal Easter Show, you'll go one better. Ladies and gentlemen, he's from Queensland, but tonight, 75 points. 2 points to Queensland in the matchup of bull riding. Well, let's get set to go with our next New South Wales contestant. This time, it's Freddie Munro, the young man from Blackville, west of Corindine, that beautiful Liverpool Plains region. He's another of those 6-foot-plus tall bull riders, and the bull that he takes on is Troy, 21 years of age. Now, if you get to watch the big screen, you'll see how these contestants actually tie their hand to the back of a bull that weighs 1,000 kilos. Tools of the crate are quite simple. Thin leather glove, a rope that's braided, has a handhold of at 18 inches, and it's all about staying forward of the power, keeping over that bull riding rope. You slip back onto your pockets. The centrifugal force will bring you down quickly. And it's New South Wales opportunity. Freddie Munro from Blackville, New South Wales, makes some good rounds to the left. He's up, he's up, he's up, he's up. He's got to be there. Hey, come on, Sydney. We're back in it once again for New South Wales. Well, we're checking from the officials. Hey, folks, you're not going to believe it. He has gone 7.7 seconds. And unfortunately, frustration, it's a no score. Well, that is different. That is a tough way in a day's work, 77 points. Well, who's boss it now? You chase me, I'll chase you. Quite simple. I'll leave when I'm ready. When you weigh about 950 kilos, you can pretty much tell everybody what you really think. You can stand your ground. Let's see if we can coax him back out with a couple of his travelling buddies. Hey, listen, it's not so bad back there in the feed barn. First night at the show for these livestock. They just got to familiarise themselves with the surroundings. Well, we'll just get his bearings. Back on track. Hey, they do a great job here, these guys. They certainly do, time and time again. Well, scoreboards, Queenslanders are still in this competition right till the end. As we get ready to go with our next contestant in the bull riding competition, this time from Ayr. Contestant we're going to welcome to the Sydney Royal Easter Show for the first time in 3 years. This is Bud Williamson. Now, Bud is on his way back from the sport of rodeo competition. He's now 29 years of age. For the last 3 years, he's lived in a place called Stevensville, Texas, in the USA. Competed on the World Professional Bull Riding Tour. Had a shoulder reconstruction midway through 2015, and he's back to do business here tonight. It's Kudu Kid. Well, he's a little out of shape, unfortunately, not the start that the North Queensland champion wanted. So they've gone down once again with a no score, the Queensland contested. Well, Buddy Williamson, that big, overwhelming power that comes with that particular bull is a force to be reckoned with. Well, 2 more bull riders yet to go in this section. Boy, Warren, be careful. Man. You're toying with a bull that weighs close to 1,000 kilos. And you could imagine what would happen if they went eye to eye. Still 2 more bull riders yet to go in the competition. At this point of time, Queensland 14, Australian 18. This is only the first of 6 rounds of our State of Origin series. Queensland and New South Wales. Don't forget, tomorrow night it'll be the second round of our series. Kicks off once again here in the Spotless Arena right on 6:30. Been very, very fortunate. The weather stayed fine. We certainly look to wrap it up here very, very shortly. Well, you've got one more New South Wales rider to scream for. Hey, his name is Chris Lowe. He's from Barabara in northern New South Wales. This is Chris Lowe, affectionately known around the rodeo fraternity as Freddie. He's already been the 2014 Australian Professional PBR Bull Riding Champion. He represented Australia in Las Vegas as the reigning bull riding champion in 2014. And tonight, the New South Wales contestant can bring this game home with a qualified 8-second ride, Queensland cannot beat New South Wales. It's quite simple. 8 seconds and it's all New South Wales in round number 1. Let's see if we can do it. Chris Lowe from New South Wales. Man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him. What an outstanding effort. Chris Lowe from Barraba, New South Wales. Look at it on the big screen. Now watch the bull's power. He shortens up, blows his hand completely out of that riding rope and gave him absolutely no chance. Well, we've only had one score and it's been from Queensland. Let's get set to go with the final contestant on our cards. Now this young man is the youngest of bull riders. His name is Braden Welby. He's 19 years of age, still a teenager. And look at all of the Queenslanders there cheering him on. He works at the Live Export in Townsville. The bull that he's drawn is Fox in Socks. Now this young man represented Australia in the early part of this show. He won 2 rounds of the competition. He was 80 and 81 points. It's Fox in Socks for the Queensland champion. This kid from Townsville, he's trying to get him done. Oh, I'm not too sure of the outcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll check to both officials. He has been bucked off with a no score in the competition. A no score. It was unfortunate. Bull just got him off his bull riding rope, brought him back out of shape a little, and he was on the ground before that 8-second siren. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing for sure and for certain here tonight, it has been an unbelievable performance of our competition. And tonight, well, ladies and gentlemen, we look to the big scoreboard here in Sydney, the Spotless Arena. It's the first of 6 grueling rounds of State of Origin Rodeo competition, and it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner. It was Queensland 14, but New South Wales 18 are our champions on night number 1. Well, come on, Sydney, let's give them a big warm welcome into the arena. The New South Wales Cowboys, led out by Robert Bendy. And of course, the Queensland riders certainly humble in defeat. It was a tough night in the office here in Sydney. First night is always the hardest one to get by on. But the boys from New South Wales have done our state proud, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly hope you've enjoyed our first of 6 rounds of this series. We're back tomorrow, Easter Saturday, with a second grueling round of competition. Till then, I'd like you to take your eyes to the big screen and we'll have a few words from the great sponsors here in the Spotless Arena.